Issue 5. Vacation. As people make more money, they may think that now is the time to enjoy themselves more. Leisure becomes more important in their lives. As their psychological horizons expand beyond just earning an income, they also want to find out more about the world, so they want to travel. One problem, however, is that they don't really know where they want to go or what they want to do when they get there. In that case, they blindly go somewhere just because they think it is fashionable to do so. Often, they take some package tour that offers them 10 countries in 7 days. That way, they collect a lot of stamps in their passports and a lot of predictable photographs. But they don't have much fun or relaxation, and they don't really know very much about where they've been. A much better approach for knowledgeable tourism would be to decide where they really want to go and why, and then plan far enough in advance in order to accomplish those goals. That way, the vacation is both more enjoyable and more affordable. Comprehension. 1. Why has travel become more popular? 2. What mistakes do people sometimes make? 3. What should they do to make the most of their vacations? Express yourself. 1. How much paid vacation do you get each year? Is it enough? 2. What do you think is the best season for vacationing? 3. What was your best vacation trip? And your worst one? Describe them. 4. What's on your next summer bucket list? 5. Do you know how to save traveling expenses, especially when you go abroad? What tips can you share? 6. When you travel in foreign countries, do you easily adapt to new surroundings, including the native food, or do you have trouble adjusting? 7. Do you like to backpack? 8. Some people enjoy vacations in their hometown, avoiding heavy traffic as well as overcrowding. What do you think of this approach? 9. Would you be willing to sacrifice some vacation time for better pay, or vice versa? 10. People say traveling together causes friends to become estranged. Do you have any explanation for that? 11. What have you learned from travel? Opinion samples. 1. Right now, I have a growing family, and expenses are really piling up to pay for doctors and teachers, as well as the necessity of buying a bigger home. We are financially stretched to the bone. I really like the idea of having a long, leisurely vacation so I could travel and relax, but it is a low priority these days. If I had a choice, right now, I would rather work all year for extra money to cover my current cost of living. But I'd like to be able to save up my vacation time and use it in the future when I can afford to take more time off. 2. When I was in my 20s, I bummed around with some friends for a summer. We backpacked all over Europe and found cheap accommodations, and we had a lot of fun. Our friendship got even stronger as a result. But last year, one of those same old friends and I went on a trip together. It was a spur-of-the-moment sort of thing. But we both had some time off at the same time, and we thought it would be a great idea to relive part of our past. What a mistake that was. We couldn't find anything to do in common that we enjoyed. He wanted to go to a lot more museums than I did, and I wanted to stay out later, partying than he did. We quarreled over where we stayed and where we ate and what we were going to do next. By the end of the week, we were barely on speaking terms. It's a good thing the trip ended when it did, because our friendship probably could not have survived even one more day. Dialogue. How to have fun on your holiday. Where do you want to go on vacation this year?
The beach?
We went there last year, but we didn't have a very good time. There were too many mosquitoes, and the food was of poor quality.
And expensive, as I recall.
The room was not comfortable to sleep in, and the neighbors were too noisy.
And all we had to show for our trouble when we got back home was a sunburn.
So let's do something else.
Go abroad?
I don't think we can afford it this year. We're still paying off the new car. But maybe next year. We can start budgeting for it.
Then where shall we go?
I have an idea, but I don't know if you'll go for it.
What is it?
We can stay home.
Stay home?
Sure, it won't cost anything, but we'll have the chance to do things here that we've always wanted to do but didn't have the time.
And the crowds will be a lot smaller because most other people will be out of town then.
We can take our time and do what we want to do. No traffic jams or crowded subways.
And we'll also be able to fix up some things around the house that we've been neglecting.
So it's settled then. We're just going to stay home this vacation?
Right. We're going to take a staycation.
Questions. 1. What did you do for your last vacation? Would you like to do that again? 2. If time and money were not an issue, describe your ideal vacation. 3. Does the notion of a staycation appeal to you? Why or why not? Read and discuss. What's the purpose of traveling? The more archaeologists find out about the past, the more they realize how much mankind has been on the move. The earliest hunter-gatherer societies were constantly on the go as they searched for new food supplies. But even after they began planting crops and raising animals to eat, groups of people continued to migrate in order to find a better place to live. Even in settled societies, merchants had to go abroad to buy and sell their wares. Soldiers had to travel to confront their foes and conquer new lands. Itinerant religious leaders felt the need to convert as many souls as possible. And scholars wanted to expand their own database by studying foreign cultures. Even long before the modern tourism industry took hold, humans always showed a restless geographic spirit. Questions. 1. What are the main reasons people travel today? 2. Why do some people spend a long time living abroad, not just making brief tours? 3. What reasons do people have for becoming expatriates or immigrants? Let's talk funny. Be sun smart to prevent skin cancer. Be careful when you tan. It causes skin cancer.
Don't worry. I always carry sunscreen.
The chemicals in sunscreen also cause skin trouble.
Then what should I do?
Just wait. Someone is bound to invent an artificial sun that doesn't emit ultraviolet rays.
Questions. 1. Do you always carry sunscreen when you go to the beach or plan on being outdoors for a considerable time? Why or why not? 2. What do you think about indoor tanning salons? Do you think the government should ban them? 3. Why do you think some people see dark skin as being more attractive? 4. In some cultures, a tan is considered a mark of low status. Why would people think so?
Points to ponder. The following sentences are all related thematically. They express a wide difference of opinions and attitudes. You may agree with some of them and disagree with others. Please discuss what you think the sentences mean and what you think about them. 1. My vacations are easy to plan. My boss tells me when, and my wife tells me where. 2. Vacations are a little like love affairs, anticipated with relish, experienced with inconvenience, and remembered with nostalgia. 3. Summer vacations make kids brown, get mothers in the pink, and put fathers in the red. 4. No one needs a vacation more than the person who has just had one. 5. On vacation, I totally unplug and leave the smartphone at home. but I take along my old-fashioned cell phone and make sure there is a cyber cafe nearby. 6. I've heard that a vacation spot out of season always has a very special magic, but I wouldn't know. I've never actually been to one. 7. The alternative to taking a vacation is to stay home and tip every third person you see. 8. By and large, mothers and housewives are the only workers who never have regular time off.